my goodness. So listen, y'all. I'm gonna give y'all a story time today. I hope y'all take everything that y'all can take from story time. I am going to attempt to take my time and really explain this. Because what I need people to really get from this video is what love really looks like. And the best way that I can explain it is through an experience that God gave me back when I might have been like 20. I might have been like 20 years old. And it is amazing. It's amazing. I'm not gonna lie, it was amazing. Hi girl, I ain't saw you in a minute. My story is glory. Hey girl. But yeah, it was amazing. And honestly, I still learn from that experience to this day. And that's why I really been itching to give this story time literally for like months now. But I just never really knew how to explain it, when to explain it, and do it. Okay, I don't have no bullet points. I don't have no time, no real organization on how I'm about to tell the story. But y'all are more than likely finna learn a lot from this. So I guess I'm gonna start from when I met him and where I met him. So this is how it happened. When I was about 19, 20 years old, I started working at Amazon inside the fulfillment center. And I never dated nobody from my job, to be honest. Maybe that's because I was still young. I don't know. But I had never dated nobody from my job. That was like the first time I ever did that. But oh my God, this is how quickly God can move things into your life. And it can literally be a blessing, but also a lesson. Like sometimes people come into your life and they're just a lesson. But this was the first time I ever experienced a blessing and a lesson in the same place, y'all. So one thing that I did not tell y'all that I told y'all I was going to tell y'all about was my angel. And that's the person that I'm talking about. And this is when I said my angel, for the people who didn't see my shorts, my angel is a person that recently passed away, but this is also another ex. I know y'all probably like, didn't she say her ex-fiance passed away? Yes, my ex-fiance passed away a year ago on February 16th, but this guy is somebody else. These are actually the only two people I dated, and that like really dated, like was with them, like in a like for years. These were the only two people that I ever really spent like years with. Do you get what I'm saying? And both of them passed away a year apart. So my ex-fiance passed away a year ago. My angel, his name is Barry. He passed away a couple days ago, which was on like the 28th or something like that. So now we're going to get into the story on what I learned from both people. Because God gave me literally two long-term relationships. And I got two totally different lessons. So now I met my angel, Barry. I met him at Amazon. One day I'm walking out of work and he was like up against the wall. I don't know what he was doing, but he ended up like to me. I don't remember what he said, but I know he asked me how old I was. And I told him like I'm 21 or 19 or 22. I can't remember how old I was, but I told him my age. And then he said, okay, how old do you think that I am? And I was like, I don't know, 24, 25. And he was like, no, I'm 35. And I was like, what? I'm like, he just didn't look 35. He got a baby face. He had a baby face forever, y'all. So boom, I think we end up exchanging numbers right then and there. I can't remember either right then and there or the next day. But either way it goes, y'all, we ended up talking. And I remember we stayed after work one day and he was talking to me about God. I didn't bring God up to him. He brought God up to me. He was not a Christian though. I was a Christian at that time, but he wasn't. He used to be Christian. So as we sitting there talking, he started explaining to me about how his dad had got unalived and this, that, and the third, I think when he was 15 years old or something. And we was sitting there talking about a lot of different stuff. I really don't remember everything, but I remember that one specifically because he said that's when he became atheist. And he said, I just don't believe in God and this, that, and the third. And then one thing that he pointed out to me was that he said after he told me that he was atheist, he said that I said to him that I understand and that I would have probably been atheist too if something like that happened to me or blah, blah, blah. I don't remember. But basically, he said that I told him, or he basically said that I was being understanding. And I remember I asked him, like, okay, so what made you want to talk to me? Like, what brought you around? You know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. Now, I'm about to get to a great point, but after us meeting each other, I want to get through that first. So I ended up asking him, like, what made you want to talk to me? What even made you, this, that, and the third? And because every time I would see you or I would hear your conversations, he said I would always be trying to help somebody or something like that. And he just said that spoke a lot about, like, my character. But let me tell y'all, though. Okay, before I get to that, now, fast forwarding, me and him is dating now. And clearly, I'm really growing feelings for him for me to even ask this question as I'm thinking about it. But I remember one day I was in the shower and I asked God, I said, who is this? Like, who is he to me? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is this about, God? What is he here for? Y'all know we always got to ask that question. What this man here for? You know what I'm saying? So I end up asking God about that. And God literally specifically told me, he said, this is not your husband, but he is going to show you how a man is supposed to treat you. Now, let me tell y'all, me and him, we were together for at least 2.5 to 3 years. And he literally did exactly that. Now, I'm speaking about love. This can be for women or men, I do believe, because at the end of the day, love is what it is. It's love. You know what I'm saying? It don't change based on gender. So at the end of the day, he said he's going to show you how a man is supposed to treat you. Now, in this relationship, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all how it ended and everything. But in this relationship, I literally had the best time of my life. It's not because he was a traveler. Although he is a traveler, that man is going to get on a plane, okay? And he was the type to, like, I know some of y'all are going to be like, oh, he had a house in another state. He was probably doing this, that, and the third. No, he had a very nice house out in California that he owned. And he had some houses in Detroit where he lived, which is some houses that he owned as well. And that's where I met him at, because I'm from Detroit. So either way it goes, in this relationship, I had the best time of my life. Like, there was literally no disrespect. I never had to, like, prove a point with him. Like, I never had to battle him. Oh my God, in no type of way. Now, this can go for male or female, y'all remember, but I know a lot of women probably are going to understand men too. But I never had to battle him in any type of way. I'm talking about I never had to be like, what is this? Or who is that? Or what you mean by that? Or like nothing. I never had to ignore his call. I never had to block him. I never had a battle with him, y'all. And it's really weird, because why it's weird to me is because I'm actually not even exaggerating the experience. You know how some people be like, oh, like, this is great. Like, my situation is great. But they really kind of got to amp it up. This man passed away. I've known him for almost 10 years now. This man passed away. And up until this day, I never have caught him in a lie. I've never had to be like, now he lying, he gassing it. You know what I'm saying? I never had to, nothing. Now, when I say God said that he's going to show you how to be treated, and us to spend years together and then have a friendship for years outside of the relationship, that is because we both followed the unction of God. Now, y'all remember how I said when I first met him, we were talking to each other about God and how he was an atheist. This finna be a banger for y'all. I ain't even lying. This part about to be a banger, because you know how I said he was an atheist, right? It'd be a lot of people in the world, and I know a lot of women who are walking with God, and they be like, oh, but he doesn't really care about God. I be trying to get him to go to church. I be trying to get him to pray. I be trying to, and this, that, and the third. But it's just like we just not merging. It's like, I don't know. I just feel like it's always a separation. It's always a division within us. It's like I got to fight for the love. It's like, it's always a battle. It's just never peace. This and that. Y'all, I had 2 relationships They were black and white. The one that God spoke on and said he's going to show you how to be treated, it was peace regardless. But let me tell y'all why I speak on when you're dating somebody and you're trying to get them to become a Christian, or you're trying to get them to become something. It doesn't matter what state you meet a person in, because he boldly out his mouth said he was an atheist. Oh my God, y'all. This can almost bring tears to my eyes, like alone, because I literally watched him walk the rest of his life out. You know what I'm saying? And he never changed after our relationship. But my point is, I never pushed him to church. I never even was like, hey, you need to come to church with me. Now, don't get me wrong. I've asked people that I've dated to come to church with me, I believe. But him, I never asked him to come to church with me. I never said, hey, you need to be reading your Bible, this and third. He wasn't even a Bible thumper, but once he did become saved and all of that, I don't even know what made him do it. To be honest, I don't know what made him do it, but once he did it, he stuck to it. Like, he never departed from that thing again. I do not know where within our relationship he just became a Christian, but he just did it. It was on his own. And let me tell y'all this. It wasn't even on my mind to make him Christian. It was not on my mind. It didn't even cross my mind. This is why I say that where God placed you, you're going to have peace. It doesn't matter if you agree with the circumstance or not. I don't agree with people being atheists, especially at that time of my walk, because I was a babe in Christ. You get what I'm saying? I didn't really know how to discern people at that time of my walk. Like, I wasn't mature enough. I wasn't wise enough. And like I said, I didn't even have a testimony yet. You know what I'm saying? So with that being the case, God literally gave us the peace to just be together. I was a Christian. He was an atheist when I met him. Do you get what I'm saying? It wasn't like he came to me and was like, okay, I'm Christian now and we can be together. And I was just like, okay, we can be together now since you just said you're a Christian. It didn't happen like that. He just chose God on his own. And then after that, oh my God, y'all. Because after he chose God, God knows our hearts. So he must have truly chose God, because it was around the time that he just really started bubbling. Like, his life started going up. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not being funny, y'all, but his life went up. When I met him, he was like just really, 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 really grinding, like, because he had a lot of responsibilities, and he was the type of person, like, he paid his mama bills. A lot of men do not pay their mama bills. They mama is their mama, and their mama just got to get it how they live. That's how guys is, and it ain't that's, you know what I'm saying, but that's just how a lot of guys are. But him, he paid his mama bills, he paid his sister bills, he paid his friends' bills. He always was offering to pay something for me, because I was, of course, dating him. But even when it came to my family, he was offering to do. And let me explain this to y'all. Money does not make a man a man. And I learned this from him. Money don't make a man a man. But his effort, his diligence, his willing to pursue and to do and provide, that was really in him. You get what I'm saying? And that's what I learned. Like, a lot of women, a lot of men, oh my God, get swindled because they don't judge people by their character. They be judging people by what they've received from that person. But what I learned in that relationship is that what a person do for you really don't matter. But it matters, but it matters when they do it for you, but they do that for everybody. Do you get what I'm saying? So when you walk in with a person and you meet a person and you like, are they really loving me? You're going to be able to judge it by if love is just truly in them. You get what I'm saying? Like, he was a part. This is why I called him my angel, because, don't make me. I am not going to cry, y'all. Because the reason why I'm even close to shedding a tear is not because he passed. It's because when I think about who he was, I couldn't even be that. Like, do you get what I'm saying? So, hold on. One second. But it's different if you lose a person, but you don't gain from them. You get what I'm saying? Like, And it's not to, I'm gonna get to my ex-fiance relationship in a minute, y'all, because they was black and white, y'all, black and white. But and it's not because either one of them are bad people. It's just sometimes internally people be different. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, me and Barry, my angel, we walked in faith. Like, although he was atheist, like I said, he gained his faith throughout the relationship somewhere. You get what I'm saying? And with that being the case, once we separated in obedience. You get what I'm saying? And it was around the time that we separated, or was about to separate, that he, like I said, his life started really, really, really going up. And if I wasn't a genuine person, I would have stayed like, oh, this man, oh, he get like, this man money done got exactly where he said it was gonna get. Like, I'm finna say right here, you know what I'm saying? But I do what God tell me to do. So God ended up telling us to separate, and which made sense because in the beginning now, which was 3 years ago, he specifically said, this is not your husband. You know what I'm saying? So once his life started going good, he started walking in faith and all of that, and he's telling us to separate, then it only makes sense because now our time is up. But what me and him both did was we separated peacefully, and we literally stayed friends for the rest of his life. Like, he was a person that, like, even when I got into my relationship with my ex-fiance, it was a loyalty. Like, it had nothing to do with, oh, we were together for years. And another thing I want to throw in there, y'all, is that we had never slept together. Like, when I was with him, although, like I said, I was 20 years old, but I was a virgin. I had never slept with him. Do you get what I'm saying? Even throughout our relationship, when I exited the relationship, had never slept with him. Do you get what I'm saying? So with that being said, that also exposed, like, God gave me the experience to know that sex don't build a bond. Sex does not create love. Sex does not make a person love you. Sex does not make God stand in the midst just because y'all done went ahead of God and started sleeping together. No. The best relationship I ever had in my life was with the man I spent years with and never slept with him. And that is an experience that majority of people don't get because they jump into it and they haven't gained a respect for God yet. And don't get me wrong, I got that experience by default. And the only reason why is because, and the only reason why I say that is because, for one, I'm being honest with myself. The reason why me and him didn't ever sleep together was because, and listen, if y'all don't want to, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is, but the reason why me and him had never slept together is because my goal was to wait for marriage. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I didn't really have a testimony, a foundation, a respect. Like, I just knew what I wanted for myself, but I hadn't gained a respect for God for me to be able to, like, just go my whole life and never do it. So then I meet my ex-fiance, and that's when all of that broke loose, y'all. That's why it was black and white. I'm telling y'all, that's why it was black and white. One of them I walked purely with, the other one I didn't. The other one was 5 years of, oh my God. Ooh, I almost said something, but it was going to come out wrong. I was about to say the other one was 5 years of lousy fornication, but I wasn't really trying to say it like that. But it just wasn't worth, fornication is not worth it, y'all. But either way it goes, so me and him, we literally got to keep a bond. We literally got to experience peace from day one all the way to our last day. You get what I'm saying? So I'm sorry, y'all. My neighbors is walking by. They distracted me, y'all. They distracted me, y'all. I'm sorry. I see some right now I'm not supposed to be seeing. It was just hilarious because it's just like, oh my God, I'm so. All right. But either way it goes, though, y'all. So yeah. Oh, they done left the baby. He coming down the stairs. Oh. But yeah. So either way it goes, yeah. So I spent those years with him. I spent 3 years with Barry. And this, that, and the third. Like I said, he showed love to every single body. His character was just there. Like, his character was there. He was I'ma give, and I ain't even gonna think about it. Like, people used to come to him and be like, hey, I need this. And then he started telling them that I said no. And then that would be his way out of it sometimes. But only reason why I even did that was because, and I got to get to another part of this relationship. I got to explain to y'all. I'm about to explain something for real after I talk about this. But the only reason why I started saying no is because Barry was really the type of person to where it was like he didn't even have it. He literally wouldn't even have what they asking for. That man will go work and then get what it is they need and give it to him. You get what I'm saying? But it's like, come on, man. Like, you got your own. Like, sometimes you just need to say no. So that's what that was about. But either way it goes, another thing that I want to point out about this particular relationship, though, is that one day we started working together at another job, right? And he ended up telling the job that me and him was together, right? Like, we literally in orientation. He told everybody that we was together. And the reason why I'm pointing out this moment is because I didn't tell him to do that. I don't even know what made him do that. But he ended up telling everybody that me and him was together and this, that, and the third. But I want to point out once again that we did not have a soul tie. We did not have any, like, you know what I'm saying, fornication. None of that was involved. But mind you, I never dealt with cheating. I had a key to his house. He never raised his voice at me. He always provided, whether it was for me or my family, my siblings, when my sister was pregnant, when my nephews was growing up. It did not matter. That man was going to go and he was going to be there. I'm not telling people that your partner isn't your partner if he don't move like this person. But what I'm saying is, it's possible. It is literally possible. And another thing is just the fact of me not having to fabricate it. I don't even have to fabricate. This is literally who he was. Even when this, like, listen, like I told y'all, I met him when I was 20. I'm 27. When I had my daughter, it was the same thing. How is the baby? How is she? Is she okay? How are you? Are you doing okay? Do you need anything? Do she need anything? I'm sending this. I'm about to send that. Are you okay? Do you get what I'm saying? He literally stayed a true friend. He stayed who he was even after God told us to separate. Do you get what I'm saying? But that's what purity builds. Purity gives you the opportunity to experience perfection. And that's like me and him. That's the only thing I ever really saw go perfect in my life. You get what I'm saying? But it was a thing that God called to pass. Now, I'm going to get into my relationship with my ex-fiance, just to show y'all the black and white. And before I move on, first and foremost, I just got to let y'all know this as well. He passed away first and foremost from cancer. He passed away about 3 days ago from cancer. And the entire time, this is what I mean. We hadn't been together in like 7 years. So he wasn't walking in faith because of me. He just had built his faith, like I said, from our relationship. And I'm talking about, they told this man, you got 2 weeks to live. Do y'all know that this man was still exercising, still praising God, still just being like, God is good, God got me. He used to crack jokes about the way he started to look because of his cancer. It broke him down fast. I'm not going to lie. Because he was buff, weight on him, and then he just like shriveled. Like he literally shriveled. But despite of what he looked like, he is a beautiful, like he's beautiful, literally. Never in my life did I meet a person like him. Like I literally, and the fact, like I'm going to keep saying it, the fact that I don't have to make up his character is mind-blowing to me, and I lived it. You know what I'm saying? But either way it goes, he praised God to the very end. And that's another thing that I want to share with y'all, is because when you watch a person go from atheist to never letting go, that's crazy. Like he never let go. Like we got to learn how to read people for their character. Because y'all gotta understand, God brought him around to specifically show me what character looked like, to specifically show me what love felt like. Do you get what I'm saying? It's crazy. So if God can show me perfection like that, then I gotta let y'all know that it can be done. Because the relationship that I experienced after that, was another great lesson, but it also was wisdom. God gave me the wisdom to also be able to experience what majority of people experience. You get what I'm saying? My ex-fiance is what the majority of people experience. But what God showed me right before him is what God was saying is capable, but nobody experiences it. And he showed me that while walking in purity, while not fornicating, while not drinking. Hence why that's the only man I ever bought a gift for. You know what I'm saying? He the only one I ever bought anything for. Like, it was really perfect. Y'all, I'm a stickler. Like, it take a lot. Like, I'm not one of them. I'm just not. And I wish I was. It just take a lot for me to just be like, I'm about to, I just don't, it's just, But either way it goes. Now, the second experience that I had was with my ex-fiance. And let me tell y'all how this really went. So he was a great person. Don't get me wrong. But this is what the majority of people end up experiencing. Now, mind you, I get with my ex-fiance now. This is my second relationship. I was with him for 5 years. When I got with him, I was a virgin. Me and him, I remember we ended up falling into fornication, sinning against God, of course. And then I remember him coming and telling me, he said, I feel like if we don't stop sinning against God, God is going to separate us. Now, mind you, God was going to separate regardless, to be honest. But another thing he said, I think I'm going to be the one who shows you exactly what you do not want. He literally said this clear as day out of his mouth. I never forget, it was like yesterday. Because I was standing in his bedroom. I was like messing with the windowsill. And he said that. And then I turned around and I was like, what? Like, why would you say that? And then he just started laughing. And he was like, what? I'm just saying, like, I might be the one to show you exactly what you don't want. Y'all, he was the one that showed me exactly what I don't want. Do you get what I'm saying? Love him to death. He's a beautiful person too. We just weren't meant to be. Like, God taught me what I was supposed to learn from out of that. The same way he taught me what I was supposed to learn from Barry. But what I want to point out before I keep doing is that both of them showed me exactly what God told me they were going to show me. Do you get what I'm saying? I've had 2 relationships. I got to keep saying this. I had 2 relationships and they both did exactly what God said they were going to do. So now, me and him get together. He tells me that this is months in, though. We already fell into fornication, all that. And one day I'm just standing in his room and he say, I'm going to be the one to show you what you don't want, right? And then after that, the relationship wasn't like, and when I say it wasn't horrible, I'm saying like he's never put his hands on me. He never called me out my name. Like, he has never called me out my name. I've only heard him call. Did I say that right? I've only heard him call one person out of their name. And that was right before he passed away. And he said that this B word, sorry for the people who didn't even want to hear that, but he said this B word had me playing tarot cards with her. That's the only time I ever heard him call somebody out of their name. So me and him was together 5 years. He never called me out my name, never put his hands on me, but he was not present. Like, he was not present. And I was not comparing him to Barry. But after the Barry experience, that was behind me. Me and him was cool. It wasn't no bad ground. So it wasn't like I had to place my mindset in a space to where I'm constantly thinking back on it. Why would I do that when we are at peace? Me and him separated peacefully, stayed friends peacefully. You get what I'm saying? So I wasn't even comparing him. But when you are with somebody that can never be present, and when I say present, I'm just saying like, you never feel unison. Like, you never feel like, oh yeah, like this is relaxation. Like, when you are in true relaxation, you don't even have to find relaxation. When I was with Barry, I never was even thinking about if I'm relaxed or not, because I was always relaxed. From the moment we met to the moment we departed, I was always relaxed. Do you get what I'm saying? So either way it goes, when I got with him, I remember I started having very bad dreams. I started having a lot of bad dreams. And he was technically a virgin too, y'all. Like, to be honest, just to put a little bit of his business out there. He had only slept with somebody one time. So me and him were literally exactly the same. I had never slept with nobody, but he had only one person in one time, which is very different for men. You get what I'm saying? So we were a lot alike. Both of our names started with A's. Both of us were very like, what's the word for it? I'm gonna just say strict. We were both very strict people. We were both born the same year. You know what I'm saying? This was the first time I ever dated somebody that was my age, clearly, because I just told y'all Barry was 35 when I met him. I was 20. So I never had dated anybody my age. We were a lot alike. Then our family structure was a lot alike. His oldest sibling was born 93. My oldest sibling, same year. His second sibling, born the same year as my second sibling. Then me and him, we were the third child. We were born the same year. So a lot of things were just alike. And let me tell y'all, that does not mean that God is calling y'all to be together. That does not mean that. And where God says no, it will always be no. You might not even know why he's saying no. Because when you look at the circumstance, you're going to be like, wait, like what? Me and him, like we lost our virginities together. Like we're the same. We're the exact same. Like we are the exact same. Like you just going to have a lot of things where you're going to be like, oh my God, we a lot alike. We a lot in common. But where God says no, it is no. It's just no. And it don't matter what you do about it. It's going to be a no. Do you get what I'm saying? And another thing that I learned through that second experience is that there will never be true growth. And the devil is going to keep you in a rabbit hole by making you think that growth is coming. And when I say growth, it's not even about his character. Because my ex-fiance had great character. I have seen him do things that I'd be like, child, I wouldn't even did that, but okay. That's good you did it though. You get what I'm saying? He has shown great character, and that's truly who he was, but it was not us. You get what I'm saying? And I just want people to understand that for one, it is so okay to, for one, never get married. And I'm not against marriage, but it's okay to never be married. It's okay to never have children. I got children. I got a child. I'm sorry. I keep saying children. Oh my God, Lord, please don't do this to me because I keep having dreams that I had a second baby. I have to get that off my chest. I ain't told that to nobody. Oh my God. And Lord knows I actually been praying to him. I'm sorry, this is a rabbit hole. This is a rabbit story right here. But I keep praying to him. I keep saying, Lord, you know I can't do a second one right now. You know I can't. And I ain't even willing to. I ain't did and I don't want. I just don't. My daughter, she is worse than any pit bull I've ever had. I didn't have 15 pit bulls, y'all. I tell my dog to go sit down. When I look back up, my dog is somewhere in the corner. And it's not to compare her to a dog, y'all. It's just a joke. But you tell a toddler to go sit down, it's like you ain't said nothing. It's like, can you relax, please? But either way it goes, y'all. Either way it go. In that second relationship, though, I created a soul tie. I created a soul tie. And it was a great lesson learned. And that's another thing. Any relationships that you go through, please take the lesson. And it's going to be moments where you probably going to feel like, oh, I just done messed up. Like, you ain't messed nothing up. You have not messed nothing up. You get what I'm saying? Like, God knew your story before your story began. But that is, again, not an excuse to just lean on, oh, mistakes is going to happen. Like, don't, because God ain't dumb. He's no fool. And that's what I did in my second relationship. I literally was just like, Lord, you know me. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, God, you know me. You know me, I know you. And the reason why I felt that is because what a lot of people do. They will transition into a place of being lukewarm and they'll lean on the history that they got with God instead of leaning on the present heart posture that they have grown for God, which is probably losing your respect or losing your thrill. But listen, what I can say is even in the midst of when I lost my thrill, when I lost my way, when I lost my light, when I lost my fire, when I just was doing me with my ex, what I did learn is that God does see you. And when you ready to really cry out and you have learned it, when you have learned your lesson from your season of losing that light, from whatever relationship you in, God is going to hear you. When you're ready to say, all right, I'm done, God is going to hear you. But let me tell you, I might explain this part wrong, but just interpret it for what you can. Take whatever lesson God delivers to you from this explanation. God is going to allow your sin to almost, what's the word for it? I'm going to just say spank you, okay? It's going to whoop you. And the reason why I say that is because literally at the ending of me and my second relationship with my ex-fiance, at the end of that relationship, I literally got on my knees, prayed to God. I said, okay, Lord, I know now. I see now, and I'm ready. I'm ready. I just want to go. I don't care who leave. I don't care who stay. I don't care who you say gotta go. If they gotta go, they gotta go. I don't even care no more. Because that relationship, child, it whooped me. And he never put his hands on me. We barely even really argued, but mentally and spiritually, when I say nightmares, y'all, I had a dream. I was in his room, laying in the middle of his bed, and literally demons just start pouring out the closet, swimming from under the bed, knocking throughout the dresser drawers, like just climbing out, y'all. They was coming from everywhere. I don't even have dreams like that. You get what I'm saying? But when you are in a space that you're not supposed to be, God will do everything to show you. He is going to, oh my gosh, y'all, I could drop tears. And when I say drop tears, it's because, whoo, I'm thankful that he showed me. Because when you don't know how to pinpoint and discern where you're not supposed to be, that's when you start wasting time. That's when your youth gets stolen. That's when you lose your way. And a lot of people don't know that you can depart from God. You still got free will. Even if God does know your story, he knows your story depending on the decisions you make. Oh, you go down this path? Okay, I know what's going to happen. Oh, you go down this way? Okay, cool. I know what's going to happen for you. You get what I'm saying? He knows what's going to happen, whether you choose him or if you don't choose him. Do you get what I'm saying? And a lot of people get stuck in the places. Ooh, I can just cry for the world. I could cry for the world because they get stuck in places that God didn't choose. And I be knowing what it looked like. I be knowing what it looked like because of the black and white story God gave me. Dating somebody in purity, and then my second relationship was unpure. You get what I'm saying? And it's not even about me losing, it's not just about the fornication. That's not what made it black and white. What made it black and white was being in a place that I wasn't supposed to be in. You get what I'm saying? Versus being in a place that God had called me to be, and then leaving that place when he called me to leave it. That gave me the opportunity to never have to experience destruction. Do you get what I'm saying? Within my life, within myself. Because you lose it in both places when you're somewhere that God didn't call you to be. So that's what I learned. And what I'm pointing out when I say that is because me and Barry, my first relationship, us departing when God called us to depart, like I said before, I started to have a little slight nightmare. Because, listen, let me tell y'all, he was really like the best man you'd ever probably meet on earth. And the reason why I say that is because it's not because I want him or nothing like that. It's because of the wisdom that I have to discern what character is. Like, now that I know what character is, yes, he was the best person I ever met in my life. We were not called to be together. And I accept both of those truths. Do you get what I'm saying? So with that being the case, though, I did try to stick around. I tried to stick around. I was like, and he wanted to stick around. He was telling me like, well, don't let somebody else reap your reward. Like, you've been here all of this time, and I want to, like, shower you in bigger and better ways. But now it's like God calling us to depart. God didn't call me into somebody's life for me to reap things that God can give me. You get what I'm saying? So I didn't stick around, but I wanted to stick around because of how great he was. This is my first relationship I'm talking about, y'all. I wanted to stick around because how great he was. And I started to have nightmares. But that is what God do. I started to have dreams of demons. I started to have dreams. And it's not that you can be on the right track and still have a nightmare. So please understand that. But what God exposed to me was how he will literally remove his hand once you start to decide that his decision, God's decision, and what you know in the inside of you, what he has told you to do, when you say, I'm going to go against that grain, that's when God starts to say, okay, now you're my enemy. Okay, now you're not listening. I got to show you, because I love you, I got to break you so that you can understand why it's good to just follow my direction. The big wisdom, the all-time wisdom. Do you get what I'm saying? So I point that out because notice how in my first relationship, it was peaceful up until I tried to start forcing things. Then it started getting, and it wasn't about no man just being like, I want you out of my life and I'm trying to stay. It wasn't that. We wanted each other and I was trying to stay. And God was like, no. You get what I'm saying? No, it's time to go. What I was doing within him, it's done already. He got what I wanted for him on his own. You didn't even have to tell him to get it. You didn't have to force him to have it. He chose salvation. That's what I wanted. I wanted to move on. And it'd be a lot of people who try to stick around and build their bear. You don't have to build nothing that God is the cornerstone of. You just don't. You just don't. Like, when you walk into it and God called you to it, listen, it's in his word. What God placed together, nothing can separate. So when you start literally being tormented within a relationship, God, do you think God can't give you peace? Because I was with an atheist. I shouldn't have had any peace with that. I don't even know how I had peace with that. You get what I'm saying? Then I stepped over my second relationship. This is somebody who says they believe in God. They believe in Jesus. They family believe in Jesus. Their family believe in God. You get what I'm saying? But there was no peace. You get what I mean? It was no peace. Like, we weren't the same. We were not going down the same path. We weren't called. It ain't even about who we were. It was about God's plan. We were not called to walk together. It don't matter how in sync the devil try to make things look. It doesn't matter about how much you think you are just like this person. It don't matter how perfect you think this person is for you or how perfect you think y'all gonna be together. It's not about that. It's just not. And that's what I learned. So y'all, just understand that if you get into a relationship and you start being on a hamster wheel, far as your calling ain't going nowhere, your purpose, you can't discern your purpose or what you should be doing or how you're gonna do it. And if you're already married, first and foremost, I'ma just say you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Just talk to God about it. He gonna tell you the answer. And if you feel like you're not sure of your answer, go with the answer that you believe you heard. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have to step out on faith. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to step out on faith. I mean, think about it. Nobody here, you know how a lot of YouTubers try to make it as if like, oh, they just hear God so perfectly. No, we are human. We are flawed. We do not hear him perfectly. Hence why he had to call, I think it was Samuel or Samson or somebody. He called somebody more than one time. He called them like 3 times. And they kept going to their real dad, like, hey, did you call me? And then they dad had to tell them, like, go back, because I think that's God talking to you. You get what I'm saying? So everybody, you will hear God and not even know, like, oh, I heard God. You get what I'm saying? He was the one who said this and said that. You get what I'm saying? So With that being said, you got to step out on faith. It's people in the Bible who made it into the Bible who do not perfectly discern the voice of God. But you will know, because that unction is just going to be there. It's going to be deeply. And sometimes it be right there at the surface. You just burying it under everything that you want to see. Under everything that you want to hear, you be burying that junk right up under there so that you can stay put in the place God didn't call you to. But if you really want to grow and you really want to heal and you really want to become what it is you know God placed in you and called you to be, because we all be having that feeling on what God has actually called us to be. We all been feeling it. Come on now. We all been feeling it. We all have had some sort of unction of, this is what I could be. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, this is what I should do in life. Like, this is what really is natural. This is what God placed in me. You get what I'm saying? We all have that. And if you want to get back intact with that, you are going to have to accept when God has called you out of a toxic relationship. Because what the devil makes you fear and what God calls you to have to exercise your faith on, that is the very thing that God is more than likely going to use to set you free. That's just my experience. Because when I left my second relationship, oh, let me tell y'all how bad it got. I ain't even give y'all the juice. But it really got bad. Like, and when I say bad, it was just like, how bad did it get? I just had no peace. Like, I really didn't have any peace. Oh, I did used to always, okay, let me tell y'all how bad it got. We never fought. Like I said, he never put his hands on me. But I used to want to, let me tell you how bad it got. It would take nothing. Do you hear me? It would take nothing. And I don't even think he was really doing anything wrong. It was just, I was so over the relationship that it took absolutely nothing. I would get so angry that literally I would be about to vomit. Like, I was about to throw up. If you ain't ever got so mad that you literally was about to throw up, you ain't never been mad before. You ain't never been mad, because that's not even something you can control. It's like, it had got so bad, y'all. Like I said, I would be about to throw up in the drop of a dime. It would take nothing. My anger would shoot so high, y'all. Oh my God, it would shoot so high. And then after I made it through that phase, because I had come to realize, I said, I think I'm getting so angry that this is about to be detrimental to my life, to my path, like to where I'm going. You get what I'm saying? But then once I made it through that phase, I just started telling myself, like, you got to smell 3 things. I don't know where this came from. God gave it to me. But I used to tell myself, like, you got to smell 3 things. Y'all know how hard it is to smell 3 things? Okay, it's going to take some time. So I used to have to smell 3 things, hear 3 things, and then I would point out 3 different things that I could see. And by the time I got through smelling 3 things, child, I would be calmed down enough to where I could just go on about my way without bothering nobody. You get what I'm saying? And after I got through that phase, it turned into me just, I wouldn't be hollering and screaming, but I used to, like, literally, I used to just be like bawling. I'd be bawling my eyes out. And when I say bawling my eyes out, because I stopped being so angry so I was about to vomit and stuff. But I would literally, y'all, I'm gonna be honest, y'all, I'd be punching whatever is in front of me. I'd just be punching it and crying, Nobody knew, but I did. I'd be punching it and crying. My anger was so ridiculous, y'all, at that time, to the point I really knew, like, I'm really gonna ruin my life. Like, this is bad. You get what I'm saying? But I just literally would be crying, punching, crying, bawling my eyes out, y'all. Like, this right here, God, I don't know what you're doing to me. I used to literally be saying it, like, I don't know what's going on, but this right here is hurting. That's how I used to really be crying. Like, this right here is hurting. And then after that phase, y'all, I wasn't even mad no more. But it got bad. I wouldn't even be mad. I wasn't even mad. And one thing about me, though, I don't tell people how I really be feeling. I don't tell people how I feel. I just be knowing how I feel. Only person that's gonna know how I feel is probably me, for real. Especially back in them days. But it had got to the point where I stopped getting angry like that. I stopped crying. And y'all, I'm almost ashamed to tell y'all this part, but I remember one day we was on the phone and he had said something. I don't even remember what it was. Honestly, I don't even remember what it was, but he had said something and we got off the phone. So I hang up the phone and little did he know, I said, you know what? I don't want to deal with that no more. I don't ever want to be in a situation like this no more. And you know what I did? Don't tell nobody else. Because first of all, I ain't even do it. But I put my shoes on. And man, I put my shoes on and I went over to his house, y'all. I'm just spit it out. Put my shoes on. Because I told him, actually, we was on the phone. I let him know that I was on my way. He already knew, like, we was finna, link up and stuff like that. But I had put my shoes on. I went over to the house. When I got there, I drove there calmly, coolly, smoothly, y'all. When I got there, I got out the car and my tire was popped. I don't know how my tire was popped, but it ended up being popped. And it was hissing, like really, really loudly. It was like, y'all, it was hissing so loud. And I looked, I said, dog. That's literally what I said when I got out the car. I said, like, how did this? I was so confused. I'm still confused to this day. But I get out the car because now I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, okay, I can't even do what I was really coming over here to do because my tire is popped. And I ain't running from no cops while I got chronic asthma. I don't got bad asthma no more, but at that time I had chronic asthma. I'm trying to tell y'all, when you in a place that God ain't calling you to be, oh yeah, you're gonna get towed up from the inside out. Physically, financially, health-wise, it don't matter. God about to destroy you. You gonna have your own place, your own car. You probably got a job and all that. Life still destroyed. I don't know how, but it is. So with this being the case though, y'all, I got out the car. I had chronic asthma at this time. I can't run on foot. And if I do what I'm coming to do, I'm going to have to run, but I was going to use my car to run. I can't run without a car. And I can't run on foot, y'all. I'm going to die out here. I know that I am. My asthma, I used to literally be in the hospital like 5 times a day from asthma. Like life just always at the drop of a dime, about to be snatched. I'm trying to tell y'all my health, I don't know what was going on. But either way it goes, y'all, let me tell y'all what was crazy about this. I walk in the house, y'all. I sit at the table. And, he opened up the door. He like, come on, boo, come on, blah, blah, blah. I done walked in the house, sat at the table. He in the bathroom brushing his hair or something. Or he was in the kitchen, I think, finna make us some food. And he comes out the kitchen and he say, Nani, I don't know why, but... And this man don't never have visions, y'all. He don't never have visions or nothing. This man walk out the kitchen and he said, he was literally scratching his head, talking about, Nani, I don't know why, but God just gave me a vision of you and you stabbed me in my neck. And I don't know how you feel, but I just want to let you know, this was his exact words, y'all. He said, I don't know how you feel, but I just want to let you know that I love you and the way you feel matters. And he said it so confused, and honestly, y'all, I didn't eat. I ain't do none of that. I just went to sleep. I was still mad my tire was popped. I ain't gonna lie. I was still mad about that. Like, you don't even understand. Like, if that tire didn't get popped, baby, it was finna be a whole lot of going on in here. Like, you don't even know. Like, because I wasn't even mad. I was just over it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so I say that to say that God, for one, spoke to him like at the nick of time. Little do he know. And he's so saved. And I'm so happy about him because he literally made it to heaven, y'all. I told y'all in the beginning of the story, both of my relationships, the 2 people that I was with, they ended up passing away. But he actually did go to heaven, though. And that's one thing I'm so proud of him about. Like, I'm going to just tell y'all this dream before I go. But it's a lot of different ways that I actually found out that he went to heaven. But one of the ways is because one dream that I had, it was like I was standing in the middle of his bedroom floor, and I was holding my baby in her car seat. At the time, my baby was really little, so this would have been accurate for that time when I had this dream of him. So I'm standing in the middle of his floor in the dream, and I'm holding my baby in the car seat, and I was looking at him because, you know what I'm saying, in them dreams, sometimes them demons be popping up, and they be like, psych, got you. You thought I was your loved one, blah, blah, but this is what I really am. But at that time, but within this dream, that's not what happened. So I'm standing in the middle of his bedroom floor. This is after he passed away, y'all. I'm standing in the middle of his bedroom floor inside the dream, and he was just staring at me like this. He was like, and I was like looking at him like, holding my baby, like clutching my pearls. Like who is you? Or whatever. And I was like, Adon. That's what I ended up saying to him. I was like, Adon. I was like, you know you passed away, right? And he was like, he shifted his head to the other side, and he was like, and I was like, no, like you, Adon, you died. Like, that's what I said in dream, but I said it like a lot firmer, but we on YouTube, so I don't want to say it. But I was like, Adon, no, like you died like that. And he was like, Nani, I know, but it worked because I came back. Like, I told y'all about that dream before, but he ended up saying that. And then the second dream that I had, I was standing somewhere again. I ended up seeing Adon. Adon ran up to me, and he was just like, I miss you. And when he jumped on me to give me a hug, he turned into white doves and he flew up into the sky. So those is just different one. Oh, and it was another one that I had. Oh my God. That one was deep, y'all. That dream was deep. But I'm going to just tell y'all, at the end of the dream, he was standing in front of this bright white light, and he had on a Nike Tech Fit. And he was like, in the dream, it was as if he passed away for 7 days. And he had, and I was like, okay, Adon passed away for 7 days. And then I see him standing up in front of the bright white light. And he was like, yeah, now, if my family don't understand what God is trying to do, I don't know what else to tell them. And he walked into the white light. That was the end of the dream. But it's just been a lot of different dreams where God showed me that he made it to heaven. I didn't plan on telling this, but I'm going to tell y'all this about Barry and his passing away. I went to God, and this is going to be the end of the video, y'all. This is the last story I'm giving y'all. I'm tired. My throat is hurting. I need some water. But let me tell y'all how God works. God always tells us ahead of time. So I ended up having this dream where I ended up having another baby. After I had that baby, I was standing inside of a bedroom, and somebody came and knocked on my bedroom door, and they said, hey, somebody sent something to the door for you. And I was like, okay. So I go and I open up the door, and when I opened up the door, it was a guy standing there with all these big bouquet of white roses. I couldn't even see who was holding the roses because the bouquet was so big. But what I did notice is that I had neighbors, which I got right now. I didn't have neighbors at that time. So what I did notice was when I looked past the bouquet of flowers, it was Amazon packages at my neighbor's door, but I didn't have neighbors at that time. So now let me tell y'all how this has broken down so far in my life. My neighbors moved in, boom. Now they're there. And I opened up my door one day in real life, and I saw Amazon packages at their door. And I was like, okay, dang, that actually do kind of remind me of the dream I just had. And then after that revelation came to pass, I don't think I told y'all. Okay, let me backtrack to the dream. My bad. So when I saw the bouquet of roses, when the person knocked at the door, somebody asked me in the dream. They said, who sent you these roses? And I said, I don't know. Maybe Barry sent them. That's what I said in the dream. And then I realized the Amazon packages across the hall at my neighbor's door. But at that time, like I said, I didn't have neighbors in real life. So now, fast forward into what I was saying. Now in real life, I do have neighbors. I came out, I opened the door, I saw the Amazon packages in real life. And I'm like, that kind of just make me think back on the dream I had. Now, boom, fast forward, shortly after that, now Barry is the one who passed away. So it all makes sense for why I had the bouquet of roses that came to my door. First and foremost, my neighbors move in. Then Barry passes away. This is all in real life. Then Barry passes away. And in the dream, I said, I don't know, maybe Barry sent them. Maybe Barry sent me all these roses. I don't know. You get what I'm saying? And honestly, the bouquet looked like that bouquet that they set out on top of a casket. You get what I'm saying? And exploring new content and people are here in support. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Love you. Oh my God, that was so sweet. He said, I'm here to support and explore new content creators. That's amazing. But yeah, so with that being the case, it all makes sense to why the neighbors moved in, and then Barry passing away, and then the other part of that dream was me having a second child. Now, what I did was the other day after Barry passed, I went and asked him about that dream, because that's the only dream I ever had where Barry's name even came up. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, God, you had to be saying something about this. This had to be from you, because everything is coming to pass. I got neighbors, Barry passing away. You get what I'm saying? So now, boom, I go to him, I go to God, and I say, God, what was this? And what he showed me was that things are like occurring backwards to what he showed me in my dream. I don't know why he chose to show it to me backwards, but that's what he did. So what he showed me was that, oh, I already told y'all. What he showed me was that it was happening backwards. Because in the dream, like I said, first I had a kid. I had a second baby. Then Barry came to my door with the roses. Then I noticed, oh, I got neighbors after I looked past the bouquet of roses. But in real life, I got neighbors. Then Barry passed. Then the second one was me having another child. But y'all, I'm praying to God, please. I don't know how that's gonna come to pass, Lord, because first and foremost, I gotta be married. I'm not doing children out of wedlock, and I'm definitely not doing 2 kids out of wedlock. I'm not doing it. I don't feel like doing it. Do you hear me? My daughter is enough. She is enough. I ain't trying before, but she enough, for real. But either way it goes, though, y'all, 2 black and white experiences. I hope that it helped somebody. I hope that y'all kind of can gain or get like your own interpretation of what to expect. Because once again, like I said, I've only had 2 very long-term relationships where I was with these 2 people for like years. You get what I'm saying? And like I said, they were black and white. I had 2 totally different experiences from both of them. I learned 2 great, but 2 totally different lessons from the both of them. And I just hope that y'all be able to pinpoint some things that maybe you faced in your life so that you can help yourself like discern what is of God and what isn't of God. You get what I'm saying? What God called you to, who God has called in your life, different signs of when a person should be there and when a person shouldn't. Like I said, when I was with Barry, I didn't have any nightmares. Like I was with him for years. I don't remember having a nightmare in that relationship. If I did, I'm sure I would have remembered. But in the second relationship, it was a lot of chaos, like family. Oh, let me tell y'all, I'm so sorry. I thought it was the end. Let me talk about the family differences as well. Mind you, I'm 19 to 21 years old when I'm with Barry. When I met his mother, when I met his siblings, all of them, oh my God, love me to this day. Love me to this day. I love them. Do you know what I'm saying? His friends, oh my God. All of his friends are married. The men, oh my God. Let me tell y'all. The friend group of your spouse speaks of your spouse. It really do. That's one thing that I learned. It does. And let me tell y'all why. When I was with Barry, all of his friends are the same age as him. So they were all 35 to 40 years old. They were all successful, grounded in life, nice homes, nice wives, nice children, all of them. Even the respect level that his friends have for him was really there. When me and Barry went out to a concert, we went to go see a concert, y'all. I was the only young one there. I did not know the songs. They was having a good time. I was like, okay, I was having a good time because I was with them, but y'all did not know these people. Okay? They were older than me, y'all. It was funny though. We still had a good time. But what I can tell y'all though is that his friends and his family really, really had love within in them. And he did too. You get what I'm saying? So even his friend company, you know how you will be with a guy and you'll meet his friends and it literally take a split second. Like you can always see it in his friends' eyes. Like it can be a glimpse of you just done turned and looked. You get what I'm saying? And you can see just a glimpse of it. Like they're curious. They'll do it. They'll go. They'll try. You get what I'm saying? Even if they really do or really are cool with the person that you're dating at that time, even though that it may be a friend for real, you can still just like get a discernment of their spirit. You can just feel it. You can just see it. Like if enough opportunity, you get what I'm saying, they'll betray their friend. Barry was the one and only. I don't know why God set that experience up the way he did, but that was the only experience where even the friend group and the family showed respect. I never had true respect. If it wasn't for me, it was for Barry, because I never even caught anything in nobody's eyes. I never felt like, oh, this friend right here, that ain't your friend. You know what I'm saying? Never felt that from none of his friends, none of the company he kept, and all of them were the same. They all showed love. They all had wives. They all were mature, grounded. I'm trying to tell y'all, the friend group matter. The friend group matter. And the reason why I also say that experience was graced is because, when you say, I learned to discern if a man is like a hyena or a lion. Okay, I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. But yes, in that experience though, it was really graced. And when God is gracing your relationship, you'll know. Because even through the odd experiences, it'll still be love and respect. Like his mom, when she first met me, like I said, I was 19 to 20 years old. He was 35. So when she met me, she was like, Barry, not Barry. Nah, she young now. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? But she really grew for some reason, and it didn't take long. I don't remember us ever having a fallout or nothing like that. So that's what I'm saying. It must have just really didn't take long. But she grew love for me. Like she really loved me. She was just like, that's a beautiful person. Like she liked me. His sister, to this day, okay, she hit me up like, hey, we in the studio. You trying to come through? You can come through. And this was 7 years after me and him never being together. His family, everybody that was attached to him still like would be locked in. It's all love. It's all respect. You get what I'm saying? Versus when you with a person and it's like, oh, I never liked y'all. You get what I'm saying? It'll be that type of experience for you. Like, it's different. I'm not saying that you can't have one or two people that be like, y'all just didn't merge. Y'all just didn't click. But when you don't like nobody but probably one person, it's like, why is everything about this ugly? Like, why is everything about it ugly? Yeah, that's why. That's probably why. God ain't called you to be there, baby. He trying to push you out the door and you in there like, I'm holding on to the doorknob. I'm here to stay. God is like, child, please. Child, please. If you don't leave, I'm going to take you from yourself. You going to lose you, baby. If I got to lose you, you got to lose you. That's how God be. You going to lose you. Just want us to understand it ain't no sunshine when he's gone. I'm talking about God. And that's what he be trying to show us. But, yeah, so 2 black and white experiences, y'all. 2 black and white experiences. And like I said, I just had to get on here and share this with y'all because I don't really know anybody else who only got 2 long-term real relationships and they were just black and white, and 2 relationships that God spoke through clear as day and showed what it was he wanted to show from both experiences and literally turned them to just black and white lessons to where it's like you can clearly learn from it. You get what I'm saying? You can clearly learn from it, clearly take from it. But yes, I love that. And just to let the ladies know, y'all, chivalry is not dead. Men still open doors. Men still provide. Men still shows respect. Do you get what I'm saying? They still will talk to you nicely, like all of that. And I'm saying that from an experience with a man that I was with for years that I never slept with. So I'm trying to get y'all to understand that as well. So, and also too, don't think it's ever too late for you. Oh, hi guys. Hi guys. Do y'all mind if I take a sip? I don't want my water getting warm, honestly. Y'all, my neighbor done got a new dog. She got this dog. It's a wiener dog. It's so cute. Because y'all know on Toy Story, I don't know if y'all ever saw Toy Story, but you know how on Toy Story they got the wiener dog named Buster? I probably done told y'all about him before, but I cannot wait because I got to get Ari a wiener dog so that we can name him Buster, because I'm going to give her a Jesse's bedroom set from Toy Story. And if it's not Jesse, it's going to be Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head / Jesse, okay? So the bathroom will probably be, the bathroom that's going to be in her bedroom is going to be probably like a Mrs. and Mr. Potato Head, and then the bedroom be Jesse. Or I'm going to give her a Lotso bedroom or bathroom, because you know that's Toy Story too. And we got to throw Woody in there somewhere because Woody is the main star and we came for him. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. You get what I'm saying? It's literally about Woody, Jesse, Mrs. and Mr. Potato Head, Lotso, the dinosaur, I can't remember his name, but they were all just extras in the movie, okay? So we got to throw Woody somewhere in there. And I used to have a Woody doll. I love Woody. I will always love Woody. But either way it goes though, y'all. So yeah, that was my experience. If I have anything else that I feel God is like telling me to share with y'all, I'm gonna come on here and share that, because that's one thing that I do know God graced me to experience, and it was a very unique and divine experience that I literally got to walk out and walk it out quickly, like quickly. You get what I'm saying? I got to experience both of those things, get in and get out, and got to leave it at that. You get what I'm saying? So I hope it helped somebody. And if it did, leave it in the comments. Share your journey. Share what you have learned in your relationship, if anything. Because we need y'all. And when I say we need y'all testimonies. But it says, I will share, like, and subscribe. Oh, thank you. Oh my God, thank you, Mr. himself. Thank you so much. It says, I don't know how to feel. This was so beautiful. Oh, thank you, girl. It was a journey. It was a long journey. It took, let me think. I was with Barry for at least 3 years. I was with Adon for 5. It took God 8 years to get me through them lessons. 8 years total. And I'm really thankful for it, like, honestly. Because, you know, you spend a lot of your time in confusion and thinking like, okay, what should I do, or where should I go? And all this, that, and the third. And it's just like, man, if you walking in righteousness, walking in obedience, you walking out on faith, you doing what you got to do, God gonna lead you to everything that is for you. Like, you gonna have peace with what you don't have, and you gonna have peace with what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it go. But let me see these other comments. What it say? I don't know. I was here. Let me see. It says, same. I dang near lost my mind with my daughter's dad. Oh, it says, I couldn't even control my thoughts. I was double-minded. Should I stay or should I go? 4 years of misery. I thank God for the freedom now. Yes, that is really how it go. It be like, after it's over, it's like, oh, okay. Oh. I was like, no, I'm just joking. But no, seriously. That's how it go. But oh my God. I just don't want men or women to like lose their hope within themselves or like with God, because I know that the world is kind of in this position to where they just like, if they not married, if they not at least laid up, it don't even matter. They like fornication, whatever. I just need something or somebody. They like, and it's like, man, trust me, God can literally walk perfection into your life in the blink of an eye, and you don't even know where it's coming from. Mine came from an atheist. Child, I don't know. That's just God, and you just gotta walk by faith for real, because it blows me away that I don't even, like, I keep saying this, but that's because it's really true, and I've said it before, but it's just like, I don't even have to exaggerate his character. He literally walked unflawed. Like, to the day he passed, he still, like, every birthday, happy birthday, 12 o'clock, y'all. He still had it set on his phone for the whole past 7 years of us not being together. He still, oh, it's my new birthday, happy birthday. Oh, it's the baby birthday, happy birthday. Like, child, he was amazing. He was an amazing person. Like, and like I said, the only thing that actually brought me to tears for real when I thought about like how he actually done passed away was me not being able to be as great as he was. Because it's like, if I need or even want somebody like him again, I couldn't even be that. Like, how do it, you get what I'm saying? Like, how do it hit that hard to where it's like, dang, like, I can't even replace you, bro. You was really just great. Like, I'm sorry, but I can't even do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's weird. And I never had that type of moment in my life. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, for real. When I say safety, I mean like real safety. For real safety. But it says, she said that testimony was deep, girl. I experienced something similar. I see you pop on here and you're calling and you inspire me so much. Thank you so much. It says, I'm a single mom to a 2-year-old baby. Oh, to a 2-year-old baby girl with such a girl with such a huge call. Like, girl, I already know. Them babies, oh my God, girl. I can't wait to see them just prospering in everything that they're going to become. Ooh, and then the anxiety of leaving your child here. That's anxiety. But you know what I've been learning though? Because I've experienced both of these back-to-back deaths through people that I was like, you know, really locked in with. I've learned that if they can leave me, no, let me stop. But this is for real. If they can leave me, and if my mom can leave one day, she's still here, but if she could leave one day and she got to face that fact, and God has been able to take care of me outside of my mom, God is going to take care of any child I birth and any child who birth outside of you. God is still going to exist. You know what I'm saying? After you. And oh my God, it's hard. It's a little heart wringing. It's like, oh, you kind of squeezing and wringing out my heart like with that. Because I don't really, you know, it's not that you don't trust God. It's just like, ooh, but I want to be a part of that providing. Like, I want to be a part of, I want to, you know, like forever if I can. But one thing I want to tell y'all too, though, when it comes to people who have passed away, is looking forward to the resurrection. Because when they come back, they're going to get to reign on earth for 1,000 years. Because what God is doing, what he's saying in his word, is that he's actually going to lock Satan up for 1,000. You know what I'm saying? He's going to lock Satan up so that people can't be like, oh, Satan made me do this. The devil made me do that. No, he's going to let humanity reign on earth, and it's going to go back to the way it is. It's going to get horrible. But people are still going to be judged based on what they chose to do. Because what he is exposing is the heart posture of people. It ain't even got nothing to do with, say, Satan is here now, and it's people who's choosing God. You get what I'm saying? But it's going to be people who's going to say, oh, I didn't choose you because Satan made me do it. But God is going to lock him up for 1,000 years. But in that 1,000 years, though, it's going to be a new flooding of humanity. You get what I'm saying? People are going to be birthed and people are going to be having babies and stuff like that again. So either way it goes, though, in that resurrection, y'all, I don't tell nobody, but I'm a Mary Berry. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have any children. Gotta give him 10. He was amazing. He deserved it. He'll get it in a second life. But either way it goes, though, y'all, child, when he gets to heaven, he probably gonna be like, I ain't choosing you. I'm just joking. He gonna be like, yeah, no, I spent my years that I had. No, let me stop joking. But either way it goes, though, y'all. Yeah, that was the experience, though. I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. I really want to read y'all comments, though, but my voice is hurting, if y'all can't tell, because I sound like Martin Luther King, y'all. My voice is going out. It's getting raspy. That sounds sweet. Sorry about your loss. Oh, thank you so much, Kamira. She said, sorry for your loss. He does sound like an angel. He was literally an angel, like, for real. I literally, that's the only person that I've ever met in my life that I can't say, oh, you lied to me or we fell out because of this, because of that. I don't have none of that on this person. Like, that blows me away. I really do. But it says St. John 16:13. Oh no, 16:33. It says, "In the world you shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer, for I have overcome the world." I know that's right. Listen, that right there, you gotta walk in that. You literally gotta walk in it and remind yourself. And I'm glad you dropped that scripture, because honestly, that's easy to forget. It's easy to forget that God had a plan that he's still currently operating in. You get what I'm saying? But I'm gonna catch y'all in the next Mommy and Me God vlog video. I got a couple shorts that I'm gonna go ahead and put up probably before I call this a wrap or a day. So yeah, I love y'all, and thank y'all so much for tuning in, y'all. I really do love y'all. Oh my God, I love y'all, and I hope it helps somebody. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next Mommy and Me God vlog video.